Is your turbocharged engine feeling weak and refusing to accelerate like it used to? You might be dealing with a circuit issue that is effectively blinding your engine computer to air intake temperatures. If you have hooked up an OBD2 scanner and found code P007C, it stands for Charge Air Cooler Temperature Sensor Circuit Low on Bank 1. This specific code tells us that the signal voltage returning to the powertrain control module is lower than the expected range, which usually indicates a short to ground in the circuit. In a turbocharged system, the compressor forces air into the engine, and the intercooler cools that air down to increase its density and power potential. The temperature sensor is critical because it allows the computer to adjust fuel and timing based on how cold that air is. When the signal goes low or dead, the computer defaults to a safety mode, often called limp mode, to protect the engine. Aside from the check engine light on your dashboard, you will likely feel poor engine performance and see a drop in miles per gallon. The most common causes are a failed sensor that is shorted out internally, wires that have rubbed against the engine block and ground it out, or a failure within the powertrain control module itself. To diagnose this properly, you will need a digital multimeter. Start by locating the sensor, usually found on the intercooler or the piping exiting it. Inspect the connector for any signs of melting or corrosion. With the ignition key in the on position but the engine off, disconnect the sensor. If you have a scan tool, watch the data stream. If the reading changes completely when you unplug it, you likely have a shorted sensor. If the reading stays the same, you might have a short in the wiring harness. Set your multimeter to ohms and check specifically for a short to ground on the signal wire. You also need to verify that the sensor is receiving a 5-volt reference signal from the computer. If that 5 volts is missing, check the wire for continuity back to the computer connector. If the wiring is solid and the reference voltage is present, the sensor is usually the failed part and needs to be swapped out. If electrical diagnosis sounds like a foreign language to you, take the vehicle to a certified shop because chasing shorts can be tricky without the right diagrams. Getting this fixed will restore your boost and get your vehicle out of limp mode. Drive safe and catch you in the next video.